Welcome to another episode of Trending Niches, where I show you current trends on Amazon as well as Redbubble. And in case you didn't know, in the description I have a link to freebies for print-on-demand sellers. I often add some new stuff to this, so in case you haven't checked it for a little while, there might be something new for you. And also in the description you will find a link to my free Discord community server, and if you want to join into the conversation, if you've got any questions or you want some feedback on your designs, anything like that, just join through that link and we will help you out. So a lot of the best sellers on Amazon at the moment are school related, or we should say maybe holiday related, because school is ending right now. Some of those niches or some of those trends are not necessarily safe. So this is one of them, called straight outer. And you will see this design style in various different niches. So in this case, you'll see different types of schools. So we've got college, pre-K, straight out of my 30s. That doesn't have anything to do with school. We've got straight out of high school, straight out of energy. So this is for teachers. So loads of variations. However, these designs are very prone to getting removed from Merch by Amazon or getting you a rejection. I know there is a ton of them right here, and it seems like it is okay to sell them, but they're very, very closely related to a logo of is it a movie or a TV show? I always forget, but there was a show that was called Straight Outta Compton, I think, and essentially this is ripping off the logo very, very closely, and it is not allowed. Yeah, definitely stay away from this. It looks safe, but it is very dangerous. Straight outer is not even trademarked, so you might see this and think it's totally fine, but from my experience, these sort of designs can often get removed from Amazon and get people's accounts into trouble. So trend number one of the biggest school-related trends right now is schools out for summer or last day of school. And I wanted to show this with a bit of attention because I noticed a few designs right here which are new that have been removed from Amazon. For example, this one right here saying, "Hello summer, happy last day of school." It was only posted in March 21. However, if you click on this to open it on Amazon, as you can see, it goes to the Dogs of Amazon page. So that means it's been removed. And I had a bit of a look into this phrase itself, and the only thing I could find is that last day is trademarked for the use on t-shirts. Now, I don't know if that means this whole trend isn't safe. I mean, a lot of these designs just say schools out for summer, which is totally fine. Like, I would recommend going for that sort of thing. But there's also another design right here. I think this one, happy last day. If you open this one, then again, we get the sorry, couldn't find that page. And I mean, for this design right here, I could sort of understand if it was reported for copyright infringement, because if you look at this one right here in the top right corner, it's very, very similar. That it's almost a pixel for pixel copy. They only changed a few colors really, but the entire layout is exactly the same. Yeah, I mean, that could be why this design right here was removed, and this one I think is still alive if we click on it. Yeah, so this one is still around. So I don't know if last day, if this trademark means that this entire niche is dangerous. I would not use last day in my listing. I would just do some like schools out for summer designs, things around that nature, and just leave the last day thing out of it. Another phrase that's currently trending a lot and getting a ton of sales on Amazon is "Dear parents, tag you're it," and "love teachers" usually at the end. And this one is just something for the teachers to wear, something funny. That means they're passing on all of the school kids back to the parents for summer holiday. That is where that phrase comes from, and it is definitely a funny, nice little design. Various different ways to go about actually designing it. There's like the groovy design style, which always does really well. We've got some leopard prints right here within the letters. We've got beach sunglasses. That is a common design style that can do really well. So obviously with school themes, you'll always see very colorful designs, very playful letters. We've got these sort of scripty handwritten fonts that do quite well as well, alongside more bold and round fonts on top of that. So take a look at this phrase right here. It's doing really well and definitely has a lot of potential. Now, something a bit off the mainstream that I noticed trending at the moment is Haiti designs. And I was a bit confused about this because I think the Haiti Independence Day is actually on 1st of January. So I wasn't sure why these are selling, but it is apparently Haiti Heritage Month in May. So there's tons of designs doing really, really well. The top seller is all the way down to 50,000 BSR, which is a lot of daily sales. And if we click into this, you can also see on the detail page right here that the BSR has been dropping a ton. Usually these designs don't really sell that well. They're more of an evergreen, sort of between 200,000 to 1 million BSR. They jump in between that. But now, right here, moving into May, this has just been dropping, and is getting lower and lower and lower as we speak. So this graph is definitely very interesting, and I did this for a few designs within the Haiti niche. So it's definitely something that's just recently started to trend, which is very, very interesting and obviously really good to move into while it is seeing a lot of search volume and interest. Another search term that is doing extremely well right now, and where I also noticed some new designs that have been recently posted doing really well, is mom of. So this one, first of all, mom of 2 boys. That is a design concept that you could apply in many, many different ways. Obviously, you could do 3 boys, 4 boys, 5 boys. You could do the same with girls. You could even be more creative and maybe add on animals as well. So I don't know, I could see something like 2 boys and 2 dogs. That could be a funny spin of that design, for example. And if we click into this one specifically, I also noticed, scrolling down here, this is a design that's been around for a while, I believe. Yeah, it's got a lot of reviews. But I mean, look at the graph over the past year, always consistently between 200,000, 500,000 BSR. But if we look at the current time, look at this curve, such a steep drop right here into the 1,500 BSR range. There is various designs like this. If we scroll further down, I mean, a lot of these have to do with graduation. Don't ignore that. These are doing really well as well. The mum related to obviously the 2023 graduates. So these design styles definitely trending as well. But I wanted to point out these ones. So we've got 2 boys and 1 girl right here, 77k BSR. May 13th, 2023, this one was posted, and it's got a 200k BSR, even though it's not even had a review yet. And this is only 5 days old, very brand new design. So there is still potential to move into this with new designs. Try and think of some unique ways to spin that design, potentially stand out within this specific search phrase, because there is a ton of designs right now that are doing really well for mum of t-shirts. And trend number 5 for Amazon is Brah, We Out. And this is for the teachers leaving school to go on holiday most likely, or just, not in school. That's the idea. And the top seller right here, 36,000 BSR, doing really, really well, posted on May the 8th. And I'm recording this just 10 days after, and it is amongst the top sellers on Amazon right now. Within this school-related niche. So doing really, really well. An interesting phrase. Now, one thing to note here is that I would not use this design style. We know how it has the letters here, B-R-U-H, and then in between it has colorful dots. That is reminiscent of the Friends logo. Again, popular TV show, ripping off the logo. Not a good strategy, often gets removed off Amazon, and you might think, well, it's just dots and letters, but no, people are buying it because of that TV show. So essentially you're infringing on the intellectual property of whoever created that show, and therefore it's not allowed. Some people might get away with it, but trust me, it's not a good long-term strategy if you're going to lose your account over it eventually. So other than that, these designs look really, really cool, like the colorful vibe and some of these fonts that are being used right here. Definitely really cool. Don't just copy the bestseller and do exactly the same, maybe give it a bit of a different spin, but overall this sentence is doing really well right now. And I was doing my hardest to also find some trends that are not school related, and here's another one that I found. I've just typed in earned it right here, because that seems to be a phrase very commonly used within the titles for these nursing designs. Nursing graduation essentially must be a common thing happening at the moment, because a lot of these are doing really well. And again, there is potential to move into this with new designs. We've got one right here from the 22nd of April, just under a month old, and it's doing pretty decently. We've got this one right here as well, with the sunflower from March 1st this year. So these niches have still got potential with new designs, even though you might not expect it. Now, some of these are specific to the year, so that definitely helps. If you target people who are graduating in 2023, especially if you have designs already ready, like you do the same design, just reuse it for the next year and put it up there early. But yeah, that just gives you an idea as to what to design. And generally, we do have a lot of, obviously white and red on a black t-shirt. You don't have to go down that route, right? Standing out like this sunflower design is definitely a cool idea, but that is commonly what people will be looking for on their t-shirts. And moving over to the Redbubble trends, this first one really made me laugh, and it has very low competition, so I had to show it to you. It says, "Help, Dad farted and we can't get out. And it's a very simple text-based design style, which also I saw a variation here where it's not dad, but it said granddad somewhere. I can't find it. I've probably scrolled past it already, but there we go. Grandpa farted and we can't get out. So that same phrase obviously works for other family members as well. Some of these designs have a beard in it. That is a good way to also represent men or dad, grandpa, those sort of things. If you ever create designs aimed at or including the word dad and grandpa, that sort of stuff. So only 38 search results. I don't know how much potential there is here to get a load of sales, but it is a trending phrase right now on Redbubble, so there's definitely some demand and potential evergreen design that gets you a few sales every now and then. Next up, we've got everything I love to do is illegal, with 220 search results on Redbubble, which is still very low for Redbubble, and a lot of these are very simple text-based designs, which I'm pretty sure could be improved on with nicer, more easy to read fonts. I'm pretty sure you can do a better job. If you look at some of my font videos on the channel, even if it's just free fonts, they can usually make a big difference if you choose the right ones. But yeah, nevertheless, a lot of stickers right here as the primary thumbnail, but I could also see this doing well as a t-shirt. And as you can see, there is also a few of these right here being crossed with weed. So, I mean, that's probably not necessary, but it is a potential to sort of sub-niche into the whole weed marijuana niche right there with this specific phrase. So yeah, take a look at this niche, take some inspiration and think about how you can make the designs look better or give them a different spin to make yours stand out. And yeah, currently trending on Redbubble with only 220 results. Moving on from that, we've got Antisocial Social Anxiety Club with 186 results. A funny phrase right here, Antisocial Anxiety Club. Anxiety is my cardio. That's a pretty funny phrase. Now, not all of these designs say what the actual search term says, but nevertheless they show up when you search this, and it is trending, as you can see right here. Now, just one thing to quickly mention, I'm still showing Redbubble trends, even though some of you watching might be wondering why is he doing that. A lot of people are sort of sick of Redbubble now with the new tier system. However, if you missed the last episode, I did ask the question, do you still want to see these trends? Because oftentimes there is, like this right here, this sort of design, I'm pretty sure can sell all year round, not just right now. And that's why you can also use it on other platforms that are not Redbubble, right? So that's what I would recommend doing. If you don't like Redbubble, if you've closed your store, open a store somewhere else and you could still enter some of these trending niches because they're not necessarily just exclusive to one platform. I've even had this in the past where I see a trending design on one platform or a really good design idea on one platform. I create my own variation of that and then upload it to various different websites, and it doesn't even sell on the original one that I found it on, or maybe not as much, but it sells really well somewhere else. So that is definitely something that you should take on board as well, is not just search for trends limited to one side and sell them there, but also expand your horizons and move them onto other platforms for more sales potential. And lastly, here we've got Live, Laugh, Lesbian with 174 results, not very much, and trending on Redbubble. And I wanted to recommend this because this, while the overarching niche here is definitely an evergreen niche, it's just that this specific phrase is currently trending. And I think, or at least in my opinion, when you think evergreen, you usually think of hobbies, you think of job titles, of animals, stuff like that. But I rarely think of topics like this. So it's good to be reminded by a trend that there's more evergreen potential in various other topics as well. And there's a very common color scheme right here, as you can see, with this orange and pink, which features in a lot of these designs. So that's definitely worth adapting if you want to create a design for this niche, for this trend yourself. And don't forget to also post it to other platforms for more potential. If you often struggle to find unique phrases to use on your t-shirt designs, then make sure to check out this video next, where I show you the ultimate AI tool, which will help you be more creative and come up with really original phrases.